Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on IIPR, Innovative Industrial Properties, IIPR. I've talked about this one on the channel several times. They're a REIT for MJ companies. Talk a lot about REITs, a lot about MJ here on the channel, and this one kind of covers both of them. So this has been kind of a growth stock at times. I got into this one, I believe, in 2018 or 19 on one of my older videos, and showed I had like a $40-some cost basis. So I wish I would have bought a couple more shares at that price, but you can't live in a perfect world. So, but as you can see, they went up to 279 back here on November 12th of 2021, and it's just kind of came down and not recovered ever since then. So, but as a whole, over the 5 years, it's still up over 87%. So if that would have been a perfect world to sold right there, you could have bought about 4 shares. You could have sold here and rebought at these levels and got yourself about 4 to 1. So over the past year, they're down over 41%. Here in the past 3 months, down 9.2%. And here in the past month, they're a little green, 3%. Been a nice dip right there. 65. I bought 1 or 2 shares at that price, so haven't been buying as much as this one. Should have bought more at the 65 range, but just been holding this one. Up almost a percentage here in the past week, and here's what it's doing today. Kind of interesting, just took off, so kind of caught my eye. Hadn't done a video on this one, so here we are. But if you don't know much about this one, it's a real estate investment trust, or REIT, for MJ companies. Like I said, I've covered this one numerous times. Here's their states they're in: Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, or how some people say, drives me crazy, Missouri, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, North Dakota, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, Virginia, and Washington. So they're just going to keep expanding as the MJ sector keeps expanding, and this is my favorite part about it: nice, big, fat, juicy 10% on the dividend. A $2.02 billion market cap. A high today of 72.23, low of 70.83. 52-week high of 125.38 and low of 63.36. So you still could have doubled your money at the low and the high, but it's getting close to the lows. A little bit away from it, so we'll see what it does throughout the summer. Not too bad of ratings on this one, a 57% buy. Next earnings is on August 2nd, after hours. Here's a look at some of the payments. So 1 share at $1.75, $1.50 in January, and $1.50 back in October. So you can see from January to April they went up a quarter. So you'd have to figure out how many shares you need to buy to get yourself a free share. So if you had 100 shares of this going along, getting a $1.75 dividend, that would add up pretty quick. So you'd get a couple free shares. Just pointing that out, 100 shares is easy math. So over here on Microsoft Bing, currently showing it as a buy with a 1-year price target of $100, currently at $71.92. IIPR stock sinks as market gains. What you should know, this was released on last Thursday, the 8th. So the last trading session closed at 71.22. It's been hovering around that range for quite a while, marking a 0.01 negative move from the previous day. Change lagged S&P 500 daily gain 0.62%. Coming into today, shares of the company had lost 1.25% in the past month, and at that same time the finance sector gained 3.31%, while the S&P 500 gained 3.44%. I'm not going to read all this since it was out last week. Feel free to pause and go over that. Here's kind of go over some ratings. Kind of go over that more towards the end as well. And you can find all this right on Yahoo Finance. MJ REIT, a giant, faces accusations of forgery and running a Ponzi scheme. I thought this one was really interesting because I've been following IIPR for quite a while. So they filed a derivative complaint of the benefit of IIPR against certain members of the board of directors and certain of its executive officers, seeking to remedy defendants' breaches of fiduciary duties. Green Market Report. The lawsuit is one old several the companies have faced since April of 2022. The last was in March of 2023. Plaintiffs allege that IIPR violated Maryland law by not investigating previous claims, and the company's directors neglected to properly vet two of its largest tenants, Kings Garden and Parallel, resulting in financial losses. So, kind of an interesting article. In April 2022, Blue Ochre Capital released a report alleging that Kings Garden and Parallel would soon default on their rental obligations, and that IIPR failed to conduct adequate due diligence into these entities prior to entering into sale-leaseback transaction. And the stock fell 7.5%. So it's just been kind of going down. This is the most that I've ever seen it fall and just kind of stay there. I mean, it's been hovering and gained back some of the gains, but also created a buying opportunity a couple times. So, does IIPR have the potential to rally 81.13% as Wall Street analysts expect? And this was out last Friday. So they gained 0.5% over the past 4 weeks to close the last trading session at 71.22. But there could still be a solid upside left in the stock if the short-term price targets of Wall Street analysts are any indication. Going by price targets, the mean estimate of 129 indicates a potential upside of $81.1%. So that would be quite a return on a $71 investment to get 81 an upside out of it. So the average comprises 6 short-term price targets ranging from a low of $80 to a high of $179, with a target deviation of $45.21. While the lowest estimate indicates an increase of 12.3% from the current price level, the most optimistic estimate points to a 151.3% upside. While the consensus price target is highly sought after by investors, the ability and unbiasedness of analysts in setting price targets have long been questionable. However, an impressive consensus price target is not the only factor that indicates a potential upside in IIPR. So I've had faith in them all along. I even continue to hold them. I don't think I've ever sold a share. I thought about trading them at one point in time, but just kind of continue to hold it and get the dividend. Is anyone buying right now? Buying IIPR? I don't know. I feel people probably have been buying it at these levels. I bought some, not as much as I wanted, but I had money going elsewhere, so I just kind of was conservative about it, and it's been staying at these levels, so I'm still kind of waiting, watching it. So Stock Twits 72.20 currently. Share your ideas. You can always share your ideas in the comments. Proving margins, EPS, great buy right now. Country has more than 3 times the growing capacity than consumers can buy. IIPR jumped in the AM, looking prime for breakout, and it did jump. That's what kind of caught my attention on this one. So High Tide, I've done several videos on them. They're still one of my favorite MJ stocks. They just finished D&D on IIPR. Not sexy, but seems safe potential looming. So if you're wanting to get into MJ, I feel IIPR is one of the safer ones. I mean, it's down, but you still get a dividend, and it's going to go back up. Got great ratings. Microsoft shows it currently as a buy with an upside to $109.80. And over here on Tip Ranks, currently showing it as a moderate buy with a 51% upside to $109.75, high of $179, low of $80. That's all that I have on IIPR. If you have it, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis, any other information you'd like to share. And again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion. And I'll be doing another read. I think it's AFCG is the ticker. I'll be doing a video on that one next. That's another REIT in the MJ sector. So, and if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as hitting the bell. And likes and comments are always welcome. And I thank you everyone for watching. Happy trading, happy investing. Stay green. Cheers.